Good evening again, guys. Welcome to the United Unbiased show. And today we are going to start directly about Manchester United. And this evening we have a very knowledgeable person, Mr. Steve Cole, joining us to share his views about Manchester United, the state of the football there now, where we are compared to probably a year ago, and where we think that we could be in probably a year time. Do you think that we can challenge for the football, not for the football, for the league with this Manchester United team? So we'll hear Mr. Steve Cole thoughts on the Manchester United football team. Welcome, Mr. Cole. How are you doing, sir?
Good evening, sir. Thanks for having me on the program.
Excellent, sir. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. The pleasure is all mine, sir. So I'm going to start with this, and I've been saying this. My last show, I was saying that the pundits were afraid to be positive about Manchester United, and we went out, we played against Leeds, and honestly, I was a bit surprised with the scoreline, and we won 6-2. And now, when I'm listening to the pundits, for whatever reason, they are now changing their tune. And we are now considered, well, let's say for the next couple of games, a challenger, a title contender. So share with me now, Mr. Cole, what you think about Manchester United and the state of football there and us being considered now a title contender?
Well, if at December, mid to late December, you are third in the league with a game in hand and 5 points behind the league leaders, then you must be considered serious title contenders. It doesn't matter how you view the team in terms of the ball playing. I may not be as fancy and expressive as other teams, but 5 points off the lead with a game in hand means potentially you are 2 points off, considering that you actually win the game in hand. You're still to play the team which is leading. So I believe within the next 3 rounds, we should play Liverpool. So they actually do play Liverpool. Assuming that we win the game, we'll be leading the league. So if we lead in the mid part of the new year, how can we not be title contenders? We have to be serious title contenders. Yeah, the thing is, persons want to assess the football simply. Sorry, persons want to assess the football simply based off the they call the eye test and not look at the statistics. If we're going to look at the eye test, 5 years ago, Leicester would never have won the league. No one would have given Leicester a chance to have won the league. But I actually took a risk on Leicester because if Leicester is leading the league at the end of December, having played everybody in the first round, you must be title contenders at that point. Even if you don't believe it, it is so.
And that is true. Numbers is very, very important because honestly, that year when Leicester won, of all the persons, of all the teams that were there challenging at the time, Leicester would have been probably the last team I thought would have won that competition. And the funny thing about it, that year, almost every game, they are getting something. They are getting a victory. Even it's the last 10 minutes, they are getting a victory. And they were just amassing the points, going on, amassing the points. And you say, what I think is really, really unfair to Leicester. Let me tell you what I think is really, really unfair to Leicester. Is the fact that we are still saying that Leicester won the league based on the fact that everyone else, they were poor.
No, but that is not so.
Totally unfair to Leicester.
It's very unfair
to Leicester. Because if Man City did what they did and won it, Liverpool did what they did and won it, they would have been one of the greatest teams ever. But
Leicester's point total was within the realm of league title winners, over 80 points. So I mean, on what basis can we say they were not good or not worthy winners of the league? Don't blame it that the others were poor. They were good. They were simply good that year.
No, I want you to share your thoughts about anything, bro. Anything. Any problem you have with Manchester United, the positives, the negatives, so it's you, not me. No question, it's you.
All right. I believe on the offensive end, we're as good an attack as any other team. At one point last season, I believe Man U had the sixth best attacking trio in Europe. Not in the league, in Europe. So the trio of Marshall, Rashford, and Greenwood. So not counting Bruno. It was Marshall, Rashford, and Greenwood. Their numbers were up there with the other what we would term potent attacks.
Exactly.
Playing across. So attacking wise, I know many persons are not big fans of Marshall. Boy, he missed too much. Boy, you know,
sometimes.
Why? No problem. But no player scores every goal. No player scores all the chances. And yes, he may miss some chances. Every player go through a little bad patch. His numbers last season were good. And his numbers were probably the best numbers without a penalty.
Yeah, well, that's true. That is so true.
Without a penalty. Without a penalty, because the one that he kicked, I believe he missed. So he didn't score any penalties in his numbers. And when Rashford was out, he really stepped up. But that fact, when he was out,
he
Rashford as well.
Baller, bro. He became a baller. He was balling, man. Honestly, he was.
So he's maturing. He's not the finished article, but give him some time. Do not throw out the baby with the bathwater because he missed few chances with him where he start Cavani. The thing is, even though Cavani came on and basically was a savior in that game and was impressive, you basically you cannot build the team from looking towards the future. And Cavani, who is
like
30 something,
34 now.
Good. So Cavani is basically on his way. Oh, Cavani is there on a free transfer.
Yeah, true.
So you really didn't pay money for Cavani.
Exactly.
So really and truly, we have to give him his chance to mature and to make the mistakes and to improve in the position.
I'm going to say this again, and I agree with you totally, but I'm going to knock Marshall for a bit. And this is why I'm going to knock Marshall for a bit. As it relates to talent, Marshall is up there with the best of them. Best of them. Marshall has a problem to me, and it's here. It's not with his ability, it's just here. And I have a friend, right? When I was growing up, I have a friend. We call him John. And if you talk to Nelson, he will tell you about John. Very skillful, but he's very jovial. And his personality, it was shown in his game. The way he plays, just having fun. You see, as he talk about to pile, to salad, just fun. But he was very, very good, a very, very good goal scorer. Very dangerous. But his personality was fun. So you could see his game shown through his personality. You should see that type of fun, jovial game in his personality. Marshall is this dude, whenever something goes wrong, he's like this. Right? That's him. And what I need from a Marshall, what Manchester United need from a Marshall is a Marshall who, when he misses, he's not like this. He's like, you know what? I'm coming for the next one again. I'm coming for the next one again. And anytime Marshall pick up that attitude that, listen, I am going to miss 5 out of 7, but guess what? If I still kick 7 shots, chances are I might score 2, but I'm going to miss 5. And then I will just keep going, keep going. That's the mentality I want Marshall to have. And if he has that mentality, if he gets that mentality, listen, man, Manchester United, because right now, Rashford is balling, bro. Rashford confidence is, listen, man, let me tell you something about that Leeds game. The confidence that Rashford is showing, he did not score against Leeds, but the confidence he's showing, where he's willing to take on anybody, anywhere, anyhow.
Rashford is one of the few world-class players I think we have at Man U. And on his day, he will destroy anybody.
I agree with you on stuff.
He destroy anybody. Yeah, man, he's lethal, and his level of composure in front of goal, in the critical situation where they expect players to rush the shot. No, man. But many times, to be fair to him, he's denied by great goalkeeping.
A lot of times. Yeah,
Many times
hey,
he's denied by great goalkeeping.
you remember that Chelsea game? That last, it was in the last few minutes of Chelsea game when he whipped one around to the far corner, and I was like, go! And then Mendy, bro, and he picked that thing out. So listen, man.
Offensively as well, I believe Greenwood. Greenwood is a gem. You don't find many players that balance in terms of left foot, right foot. He is lethal on both.
True.
The off the field issues I think have affected his game negatively.
No. That's true.
All right, but once he gets back a run in the team and gets a few goals, Man U will be among the top teams again. And what I like with our front three is that they're able to rotate.
So we don't need
at any point.
So we don't need a Sancho.
Sancho, no. I was happy that Sancho did not come to Man U. Had Sancho come to Man U, one of Sancho or Greenwood career would have gone down the drain.
Bro, person was saying that Sancho would have come, and we are still prioritizing Sancho. I don't know why. I listen, man, listen. They are saying that Greenwood is not a right-sided midfielder, a right-sided player. Well, listen, this is what I'm going to say to you. Greenwood is probably the only one there, right? And you need to look at even Ronaldo, right? Started out as a winger, then became more central. Let him learn the game starting from out left. Give him more space to work with instead of having him play with his back behind.
But the thing is, it is easier for players to move from outside in,
exactly,
rather than from in to out.
Exactly. So let him play. Let him come from outside.
That's an easier transition to make. And right now, he can play either side. The most limited one is Marshall, because most times you will see Marshall in the center or left.
He won't go right. Right is
no. You will see Marshall on the right side. But Rashford, left center or right. Greenwood, left center or right.
That's true.
And that's how that front three will rotate, and it kills defenses
every day. And let me tell you, man, you mentioned something about this Greenwood, bro. He's probably the only one of the three. Whenever he gets near to the penalty area, as a fan, as a person watching the game, I am not certain which foot he will kick from, because sometimes he'll go bop, 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 and 2 step over, left foot. Sometimes 1 step over, left foot. Sometimes 2, 3 step over, right foot. And you have to like, as a defender,
it makes it hard for the defender, because there's no way you can send him, You can't send him away,
There's no away for him.
There's no away for him. If you give him the space, you die.
Yes, man. There's no away for him.
He'll punish you.
No way for him. You send him to your left, boom. 90 miles per hour shot. You send him to your right, boom.
Right, same thing.
90, because he uses right foot to kick penalties and free kicks.
Go again?
He uses right foot to kick penalties and free kicks. Because, yeah, when I was hearing about this Greenwood, I was like, you know what? I need to see what this kid is all about, because they're saying so much about this young man. So I want to see what he was about. So I went on YouTube and I was watching some of the goals. And I'm like, when he's dribbling, he dribbles with his left foot, but I'm looking at him kicking free kicks, and he's using his right foot. And if you're going to use your right foot, chances are you'd believe that your right foot would be a stronger leg. But and then I get to realize that he's like the Santi Cazorla of Manchester United, because you know that the Santi Cazorla would have used his left foot to kick corners as his right foot to kick corners. He used his left foot, both legs equally. And I was looking at Greenwood, and I'm like, no, this dude is special. And then last season he showed it. But you mentioned earlier that the off-field incident with him going and whatever, man, that off-field incident, it affected right here. And as I've said, I keep saying it. I won't stop saying it. I do think that right here, your head, contributes to everything about you as a footballer.
Yeah, man, it does. And the thing is, he's a young player. Was himself and Foden, two young, bright talents
Yeah.
for England right now. And let me just say that England is my team. So not how many persons said that,
Not
oh, no,
many
but
persons.
for a long time, from ever since, because I didn't have any other fans who are friends who supported England. I was always
That's
a
a
fan
rarity,
one.
bro. I know one person. Honestly, I know one person, one single person who's an England
We
supporter.
don't have much fans, but our future in terms of young talent is as bright as any other countries right now.
No, but bro, remember England has been winning the under 20.
17 and 20.
Yeah.
When England went into World Cup 2018, we were defending champions for both under 17 and 20.
Yes.
And
So
we went to the semi-finals of the Senior World Cup without those players. No player who played in that 17 under 20 went into the Senior World Cup team. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we were about the second or third youngest team
and no,
at
and
the World Cup.
English players now are technically gifted. They are not like the
We are.
stereotypical English
Yes,
players
man.
who got the boat the football. No, these players look at a Greenwood. 9 step over. I'm looking at Rashford, bro. Not Hey, listen, man. These kids are balling, bro. And I'm being honest. Very, very good players. Very, very good players. The future for England is really, really bright. England, I'm not. Put it like this. I'm a Brazilian supporter. I like the Brazilian football team, bro. I was an Argentinian supporter younger because of Diego Maradona. I'm now a Brazilian supporter. But England was always a team. Let's put it like this. England was always a team. If you're not playing against Brazil, I would want them to win. If you're not playing against Argentina, when I was a supporter of Argentina, I'd want them to win. But as long as you're playing against my team. So England is not like one of those teams that I would dislike, like a France, guys. I can't stand France, honestly. I just can't.
Mario, this discussion is really about England. What else with England is that when you look at them in qualifying, it's like a working math, and you do the working out correct. You have all the steps correct, but somehow you get the answer wrong. That's England. And so for the last few tournaments, the Euro, World Cup, their working out has been good. But when it comes to the tournament at the crunch time, that's where they falter.
Well, this time England is, trust me, England, they have a really good team, and I'm talking about back to front. All right, look at Wan-Bissaka, who's our starting right back. Wan-Bissaka is like number 5 as it relates to the picking order.
Probably. We have real depth in right back.
Yeah. England, look at Luke Shaw, who's our starting left back. They have what? They probably have about Chilwell. They have Chilwell, Cresswell. This other dude.
Danny Rose. Yeah, man, we have a few players left back.
Quite a few players. But bro, honestly, man, Manchester United, I'm excited. You mentioned something that I don't like to talk about it. And let me tell you why. I just don't want to jinx it. But Manchester United, potentially, given a little bit more maturity, and potentially probably top 2, top 3 at top as it relates to a trio in world football in probably 2 years, 3 years. Because I can't see you have a Neymar, Mbappe, I don't know who else. Arsenal have, why do you keep saying Arsenal, man? You come like Liverpool, Mane, Firmino, Salah. All right? But where else you can find a real solid trio? I'm looking to a Bayern Munich. Where can you find it? You can't find that now at a Barcelona because even though you have a Griezmann, you have a Messi, and probably Ansu Fati, whatever his name is, Fati, he's out now. But in terms of a trio, Manchester United, bro, they are there. And as soon as, because the best game I've seen Martial play to date, right? This season was the one against Leeds, not because of the assist. Because many people say because he has 2 assists. No. I was watching this guy play and I'm like, bro, this dude is balling this game. And the assist came. So when you play well, you will get on the stat sheet. You will get on the stat sheet. You will get on the stat sheet once you are playing well. All right? He was balling. Rashford, bro. Rashford he's on another level. He's climbing up there. He's climbing up there. And once he start getting those goals, if Rashford just starts scoring
as he did last season,
continue on that level going forward, and bro, listen, man, he's gonna be mentioned with a lot of top players. That Rashford, and
that is true.
He's so confident right now.
The thing is, because if you look at the records, we are averaging more than 2 goals per game in the league. So we're offensively is where we are getting the job done. Yes. Defensively, we are conceding, and most games we go behind and then come back. Sometimes we go behind by 2 goals. So the defense is not what is carrying the team. We're not keeping many clean sheets. You can expect teams to score against Man U. Sheffield scored twice.
Crazy.
Understand? So defensively, we're not a point of reference.
No.
Yeah, I would say.
Never. But bro, the attack is something, as you said, man, and that's why I like to give you guys a chance to express yourself and talk what you need to talk about, what you want to talk about. Because the attack, listen, the attack is beautiful, bro. Honestly. And the thing is, Rashford is like 22.
Mm-hmm.
Marshall is like, I think Rashford probably 23 now, maybe. Marshall is like 24.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Greenwood is still probably 18, 19.
19.
Right?
They are young players.
Exactly. And if you should get that group, bro, to be mature and start to score. Because funny enough, I don't care what anybody is going to say. When you're scoring, your confidence is going to be so high because that is your job. You're forward. Whether you want to call it outside, inside forward, whatever you want to call it, out left, out right, center forward, whatever. Those players, naturally in their minds, they are considered forwards. Whether we want to move them to the left or move them to the right. So if we start getting these players to score on a regular basis, we tighten our midfield, right? As it relates to production. Not necessarily defensively, but as it relates to production, productive, we tighten there. And then if we could squeeze our back line now and start keeping some clean sheets.
That is what we need to actually know. Firm up to
exactly, bro. If we start keeping on clean sheets, hey, Mr. Liverpool, hey, Mr. Manchester City, we are gunning at you, bro. We are gunning at you. We are gunning at you. That, as it relates to De Gea, I saw him making some saves this season. He made a save against Leeds the other night, and I'm like, bro, this dude, pundits are complaining about De Gea, and the only reason, as far as I'm concerned, right? They want Henderson in the goal because he is English. That's it. Because De Gea, as far as I'm concerned, miles apart.
I think this is let me tell you with De Gea. De Gea will pull off the spectacular saves, and he give him that. But he will give with the right and take with the left, and the simple
what you are expecting him to make?
One you wouldn't expect to score. He's the one that scores.
but hold on, I'm gonna say something again. Last season, not this season. I can't remember, and if you can remind me, I would love for you to remind me. I can't remember a goal this season that I could say was scored because he was really lucky. I can't remember.
Not this season.
Last season.
Last season
was a disaster, man. I'm not kidding.
Yes, a disaster. And that's the thing. He probably has upped his game because of the arrival now of Henderson.
Exactly.
Because Henderson performed very well last year at Sheffield.
Exactly. And this was
That's why he
rivaling
was
him.
brought back.
As a result, and this is surpassed the gear last year.
Of course.
Yes, he passed
He
him
was.
last year. In all honesty, he did pass
So
him.
he has forced De Gea because De Gea basically got comfortable because he knows that it would drop him
Exactly.
for Romero.
Romero. That's true. That's
But
true. I think that's it.
but you bringing back Henderson, they have no force De Gea to work for his spot again.
And bro, he is, bro. I see that dude making some saves, but I'm like, boy, he's making some saves, bro, that you would say is put it back to when he made that save from, I think it was one matter.
Oh yeah,
Wakacha.
the free kick.
Yes, a free kick. Yes, bro. You remember those saves?
Yes,
Those are
man.
the saves. I'm sorry. When he looked, but even the sixth one that we got from
Spurs.
Spurs, I cannot tell you say, hey, guess what? That goal was De Gea's fault, and that goal was his fault, and that goal was his fault. No, right? Because he's not leaking as he was last year. Last year, bro, he was like
Yeah, man, I know more
butter
times.
hands,
I
bro. So when he
know
tried to
no
get
more
a
errors where he's.
butter hands, bro. So his last year was a disaster, complete disaster. And given the fact that, as you said, Anderson returned, he has upped his game. So what I'm looking at is that most aspects of Manchester United is solid. Because even at the wing back position, last year when we had Shaw being out and we had to use Brandon, Williams, you name it. But now we are way more, we have Fansu Mensah is performing, he's playing when Wan-Bissaka is not playing. Now we have Tellez competing with Shaw. So, bro, everywhere is working well, regardless of whatever pundits want to say. Because as a fan, I listen to the pundits, and sometimes they annoy me about Manchester United team. And I'm saying that, you see, if we should just solidify our backline, solidify the central part of our backline,
Listen,
bro.
I always knew that the players we had or the players we have are good enough. Persons are saying, you need this player, you need that player, you need this. You never know how the player you bring in will perform. Sometimes the player is doing brilliantly at his club, you bring him to your club, and he's nowhere
Yeah.
near the level. What I'm sure of is those players that we have now. It's not about the hand that you want, it's about playing the hand you have.
It is true.
And we have players that are can be as good as other players in other teams. But it is basically a matter of the grass being greener on the other side. So because another player is brilliant for another club, we want to overlook who we have at our club. We have players who are good, who are good enough.
Definitely.
All right. So with what we have achieved so far, mind you, we have one anything,
Yeah.
but the signs are good,
Okay. Yeah.
and we are improving. So
Definitely.
even though we went I know bad games where our away farm was better than our home farm, and we're not winning at home and all these things. Those things will come. Those things will fall into place. It is easier to fix your home farm than your away farm. I think
That's true. No,
it is
because
easier. It is easier already when you're winning on the road, but at home because eventually you will get results at home.
definitely.
But when you're winning at home or getting some results at home and then now losing away, then I think that's a bigger problem.
Problem. That's true. That is so true.
Good. So I think the signs are bright. Right? We're not perfect. We're still not a level at where we're blowing every team away. Some teams well let's just say that the fear factor is coming back.
Yeah, it is coming
One
back.
time back, persons used to want to play Man U when our results were so good. Teams will now fear playing a Man U because they know that the offense will give them trouble
We will tear
90
them
minutes.
apart. We can tear them
Yes,
apart. And tear them apart. All right. So, Mr. Cole, we're gonna conclude this meeting now, this conversation on great Manchester United team, one of the greatest team on planet Earth, the biggest club in the world, hands down. So I want to say thank you to you, sir, for joining us. It has been a pleasure. In all honesty, it has been a pleasure listening to you, right? It's brain tickling. And brain tickling for me, it's a good thing. It helps you to think. And I like that. And sir, I want to welcome you back anytime.
Well,
Anytime.
just let me know when available, and I'll be glad to join in and share.
Yes, man, anytime, because we're gonna have conversation where we have multiple persons
Mhm.
sharing the screen. So it's a pleasure, honestly. You open my eyes on a few things as it relates to stats versus that eye test. In all honesty, in all honesty. So it has been a pleasure, sir. So as I said, anytime you're welcome, and I'm happy that I have now gotten in touch with you, so I can get you back on the show because I like it. I like persons who are very smart and who are knowledgeable about this thing and who is really passionate about Manchester United as I am.
When I was about 8 or 9 years old, I was supporting Manu from before Manu won their first league title.
Wow.
From before Sir Alex won the first league title at Manu, I was a Manu fan.
Yeah,
Simply
right.
because of the fighting spirit of the team. Is
And
that it was a die team.
yeah, you have been a supporter longer than I have then. You have been a supporter longer than I have. You have been a supporter. So it was indeed a pleasure, sir. And definitely we're gonna have you here again. Have you here again for certain, for certain.
No problem.
All right, thank you again, sir. All right,
You're welcome.
so that's it for tonight for the United Unbiased show. We have Mr. Cole, very knowledgeable. And guys, we're going to welcome him again so he can share with us again with this show. So thank you again, sir.
Thank you.
All right, have a wonderful evening.